to start this video by letting you guys know that we're fixing to call the sheriff's department because we have to present at a hearing on Monday. I have to present at a hearing on Monday to both drop my criminal charges and to compel the courts to provide the missing body camera footage, which we can prove they should have by their policy standards. And as well, we're going to submit try to get interrogatories with many of the officers that were involved or had involvement in this case, including all the way up to the Sheriff Matt Stewart. We're going to have a list of names that we're going to be presenting to that I'll be presenting to the judge on Monday, and they have their rights to have their counsel available, even though they didn't even want to read Miranda rights to myself or my friend, violating our Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution by making an arrest and not letting somebody know that they have certain rights. So they're definitely going to be getting exposed on Monday, but right now I'm fixing to call them so that I can finish the list. That way I have full names and badge numbers for everybody. So we're going to try to get them on the phone right now. I'm going to put it on speakerphone for all of you. By the way, shout out, and I think I'm going to ask them about a certain car number. I think it's Newton 35 N35, which I think is possibly Deputy Miller. I'm not 100% on that. But shout out Deputy Miller. She is pretty awesome. I heard that, and I kind of follow the sheriff's the Newton County Sheriff's Office website, as I know they follow my channel. But shout out to Deputy Miller and what she did saving those puppies. That is great police work. That is absolutely what we need. Shout out to her on the amazing job. Absolutely warms my heart to hear about great acts like that from the Sheriff's Department. Okay, here it is.
Sheriff's Office can help you?
Yes, ma'am. I need to speak to somebody who could provide me some names and badge numbers of staff there at the Sheriff's Office.
Just 1 minute. Let me see if I can find somebody to help you.
Okay.
Are you like ones that worked a case or?
Well, I mean, I've got the names. I just don't have like the full names and badge numbers. I just kind of need the blanks filled in.
Okay, hang on. Your call has been answered by a via IP office extension.
This is normal for me to get this when I call the Sheriff's Office. Try to call them back. If you're wondering, Missouri is a one-party state, so you can record anybody as long as one of the two parties know that the recording is taking place. If two parties are being recorded without their knowledge, that is illegal in Missouri. Again, it is not legal advice. Consult with your attorney. I represent myself pro se because I believe that I have more knowledge than these corrupt individuals. So let's try to give them a call back. Yeah, I was trying to get some names and badge numbers of some officers, but you had or somebody had transferred me, and I got a voicemail.
Okay. Just a moment. Captain Moore?
Yeah, Captain. Hey, I got a question for you. Your badge number is Newton too, right? This is Anthony.
No.
What? What?
Anthony.
Yeah, Wilson.
Anthony. Okay. What can I do for you, Mr. Wilson?
Well, first I need your badge number. I'm getting some fill in the blanks. First names, badge numbers. I'm going to be presenting a hearing on Monday with Judge Rhodes.
Okay. Well, I've had no interaction with you at all, so
You,
I've got
you
two.
okay? You took
Never
a.
spoken with me before.
Is this
I'm Captain Moore. I'm not the chief deputy.
okay, Captain Moore? My bad. I thought I was speaking to Chief Moore. Okay.
No, sir, you're not.
Okay. So for documentation purposes, Captain Moore, what is your badge number?
I'm number 3.
Okay. So I'm the guy from the Dark Horse Cafe. That might help you remember me.
I know who you are, Mr. Wilson.
Okay. So now you reckon how do I spell your last name, Captain?
Moore, Moore.
Okay. Is that the same spelling for Chief Moore?
Yes, it is.
Are y'all related by chance?
No, sir, we're not.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping Chief Moore is a good guy. He's a guy that took a complaint for me. So, you're Newton 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Chief Moore? He's Newton 2, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Who's Newton 17?
Sir, I'm not doing this with you.
I have court on Monday. They transferred me to somebody who could give me the answers. They transferred me to you. You're the one that picked up that they said could give me the answers. This is going before Judge Rhodes on Monday. I need to be able to provide.
Okay. I understand.
Listen, you're a public servant.
What,
You're a public servant, and I'm asking
I
you.
don't need you to explain to me what I am, sir. I've been doing this for 30-some years. I don't need you to
Okay.
explain to me what I do.
Then
Okay.
you understand I have the right as an informed citizen and an accused citizen at that to investigate.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can request those. Did you request those records in writing or anything like that? I mean,
As a matter of fact, I did, and
You just called?
Lee turned it down. I filed a motion to compel. So all I'm asking for is confirmation of some names and badge numbers, and I can call in until I get that.
okay.
So are you going to refuse me just the simple? It's just I think. Let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that I don't have full ones for, and then I just need to know Derek Mosier. Does his name, is it Derek or Eck?
Hold on 1 second.
I'll try to get through this quickly and painlessly. I mean.
Okay.
I'm already used to the sheriff's department impeding my investigation.
Okay.
Or as your
Or what?
officer.
Did you threaten me?
Do what?
I said, or what? Is that a threat?
No, I was gonna see. There you go, misrepresenting again. Actually, I was gonna
I'm
say.
just asking a question.
Okay, well, let me give you some clarity to that. It is not a threat. I was going to say, or as your deputy that you guys love to watch on tape likes to call it, hindering prosecution. So no, I was just going to make a reference to a terminology, and you somehow took that as a threat. No, you're not gonna go trying to reinstate your qualified immunity here. Under color of law, I already have your qualified immunity and everybody inside the departments.
Okay. What else do you need from me, sir?
I need. Okay, so what's the name for? So Derek, is that with a C or without a C?
With a Derek.
Okay, that's fine. What is Sergeant Boo's first name, and what is his badge number?
His first name is Nick.
Nick or?
And I don't have his badge number off the top of my head. But
Okay.
it's Nick.
So I guess we'll move on. Who is Newton 17?
Well, like I said, I don't have a list of badge numbers in front of me at this second. Do you? Let's see if I can try to find that.
I already know Mike Barnett won't talk to me. I think he's what Newton. What is he? Newton 12? No, that's Andy Pike. No.
Okay. Who were you looking for?
Mike Barnett.
Okay. And can I ask you, why do you need badge numbers?
Because in my motion,
names.
that's
You know names, correct?
well names.
You know the names.
I know some of them. There's two of them I know the badge numbers and not the name. I'm just trying to make this as easy as I can when I go to present this to the Honorable Judge Rhodes on Monday when we appear in court. I don't know how many of your officers are going to be available. This is my motion for dismissal as well as show cause, for my probable cause against you and your lack of probable cause against me. Would
okay,
you?
So
Would you?
You are representing yourself as an attorney.
Yes, I am.
You're representing yourself as your own attorney, per se, correct?
Pro se. Pro se is the terminology.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Okay. Then
here's my thing. So, as an attorney, you can't just call a department and ask them to verbally provide you information. There is a process you can go through and request that information.
I have, and I've been denied.
You can issue subpoenas, things like that. So, on what grounds was it denied on? Well, let me ask you this. No, let me finish.
Well, you asked me a question I went to answer, and then you interrupted me, so I'll stop and let you finish your question. Go ahead if you want to ask more.
If you are going to have already requested this information from the department, and the department has said that you're not entitled to that information, then what makes you think that you're going to call a department employee and ask for the same information that you've already been told that they weren't going to provide you?
Well, I've got a TBI, so you'd have to ask Lee exactly how things were submitted. Now, to my understanding, she's supposed to be the victim's advocate, and I'm trying to figure out how, without any kind of Miranda right or warning, you guys went from investigating the suspect to investigating the victim of a crime, and that's going to be answered on Monday. But here's the thing: is per my motion.
That'll be answered on Monday.
Okay, so listen. You understand if you understand the Constitution, you understand that when you guys charge me and I represent myself pro se, that awards me certain liberties that I wouldn't otherwise have because you are accusing me of a crime. So I have the right to investigate, defend, call witnesses, investigate the department, investigate your policy, and you guys have denied me at every turn. So this is absolutely, it's called absolutely. So the formal request is called a motion to compel. And I'm going to be compelling your entire department on Monday. So I'm not sure if I'll see you in court or not.
Mr. Wilson, I'm not going to argue with you. So let's wait until Monday, and when the
well, you are arguing with me. Okay, Captain Moore.
I don't mean to.
Captain, well, you shouldn't be arguing with me. You should be providing me with the information that I'm asking for because I have the right as an informed.
Information, and you've been told no. So I mean.
And I have the right to that information. That's why I filed a motion to compel.
Then you can talk to the judge about that.
I still have the right. I still have the right to continue asking for it.
Call me directly and get that information.
I'm not bypassing anything. I'm going through the chain of command.
Okay. Yep.
Everybody is refusing to speak to me. So. Okay. So then you want to be you want to violate my rights too, is what you're telling me.
Well, no, I don't want to violate your rights, but if the department has already told you that you're not getting that information, then I'm not going to provide you.
Okay, do I have the right? Do I have the right to investigate? Do I have the right to ask for pertinent information? Is this pertinent information? Absolutely, it is.
I'm not trying to be rude with you, but you called me me out of the blue. You didn't set up an appointment. You didn't schedule anything. You called me out of the blue, and I don't have time for this right now. So I apologize, but I'm going to go ahead and go. Okay, sir?
Well, I can
Thank
tell
you.
you're gonna obstruct.
No,
That's
I'm not
that's
trying to
what
obstruct you.
what you're
Okay.
doing is
You have a
obstructing.
good
You're
day.
obstructing justice right now. That's what we get when we call them in. So, I guess probably what I'll end up doing with this, because I'm not gonna get anywhere calling the department back. And I'm gonna not gonna sit there and harass them the way that they've harassed me. So we're not gonna sit here and play petty games and try to get in the mud with these people. Um, it's an incomplete list, but I have a list of either names or names and badge numbers. Um, and we'll get more through the legal system and the court process. If you stayed for this whole video, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button up there. Hit that bell notification. Hit all so that you know when I make new content. I'm going to get back to what I have. Right now I've got names, and I've got whole list here. I can name fingers and point names, and we are going to do that on Monday. Again, if you guys come to the hearing, please respect the judge's courtroom. That's my big ask. That's somebody I definitely don't want to make mad in this process. Everything that I've been able to see has been done correctly inside the court. Aside from the prosecution's office and the prosecuting attorney's office withholding body cam footage that we know is going to be damning. So this video is going to be uploaded as well into our evidence file, because now this presents as evidence that our chief or Captain Moore Newton 3 has decided to impede the investigation. And this is just so that we can provide transparency, names and badge numbers to the judge on Monday. But I'll leave my list as I have it, and I'll give the judge what I have on Monday. And the next step is just going to be making some notes, asking questions on the video. They had no probable cause. They had a clear confession on body camera. Turns out I'm seriously injured. I'm still injured. I'm still in severe pain daily. This has affected my life to where I'm no longer able to work. So uh, this is all about to come out. And if you come to the courtroom on Monday, we're going to make history in exposing the Newton County Sheriff's Office. And like I said earlier, absolutely shout out to Deputy Miller. I think she might be Newton 35 actually. One of the ones that I was asking about. I was only asking him about Newton 35 and Newton 17. They're not, as far as I know, those two are not involved in the investigation that I have going on. I just went, I saw the two cars today. They came by my house, and I'm just as a concerned citizen, especially who's been under attack from the sheriff's department, I want to know who was driving by my house. Uh, right now, I'm kind of worried, even for my daughter to be playing outside. We know that the neighbor down the hill was calling in to try to snitch and give her opinion on where she thought I was, and led to more civil rights violations by the police. And I've got it on Steve Lee's body camera footage where he points right down the hill. The caller was Mary Carmichael right down there. Yep. Steve Lee even pointed that out on his own body camera, and that's going to be presented in the courtroom. As a matter of fact, if you come to the hearing on Monday, you might see things that have never been seen before on my channel, because I just haven't had the time to make all the videos because I've been preparing for a trial, and that's what we're about to have. We're about to have that hearing on Monday. We're going to go in there, and we're going to go in there ready. So if you stay to the end and you stay past the end, you're a hero, and I can't wait to see you guys there.